Good morning and welcome back to our physics class. In the previous classes, we were discussing about the chapter work and energy. In that chapter work and energy, we already discussed about work and all equations, everything related to work. And after that, we discussed what is energy. After that, forms of energy also we discussed. In forms of energy, kinetic energy, we discussed clearly. Now, when we discussed the energy, we already told there is something called as mechanical energy. So this mechanical energy is having two parts. One is kinetic energy, another one is potential energy. This total kinetic energy and potential energy together it is called as the mechanical energy. Now we will discuss about the potential energy. So potential energy can be because of different reasons. So one reason is that due to the position, and other can be due to the shape or the size. So the energy due to the position, shape or size, that is called as potential energy. Energy possessed by an object due to its shape or size is called as potential energy. So three factors are there. One is energy possessed by its position, shape or size, that is called as potential energy. So energy due to the position, that is generally called as gravitational potential energy. So gravitational potential energy means if you are lifting an object and keeping somewhere, it is having some energy at that position. You are taking a stone and keeping at a particular height, so it is having a energy at that height. That is called as a gravitational potential energy. Actually, when the stone was on the ground, we will consider this potential energy as zero. When you lift that one to a particular height, by any means, we are doing some work. So that work will be stored as its potential energy there, so that it is having a capacity to come down. So we are calling it as gravitational potential energy because we are doing a work against gravitation and keeping it there, so that it is having a potential energy. And other potential energy is if you take something like if you take this scale and if you bend it, it is having a potential energy, so that when you leave it will go back. So such energy, that is called as potential energy. Otherwise, if you take a spring and if you compress that one, it is having some potential energy. When you release, it will come back. So that is also potential energy. So generally examples of potential energy, if somebody is asking, you can tell an object which is kept at a height, that is having potential energy. And the water stored in a dam, that is very important. So we are making electricity out of water which is stored in the dam. So in the dam, the water is at a particular height and we are using some pipe. That pipe is called as penstock pipe. Through that pipe, the water will come. So that water is having a high potential energy there. That potential energy gets converted into kinetic energy when the water is coming out. Then later we are making electricity out of it. So one example or one object which is kept at a particular height will have this potential energy, and the water in the dam will have potential energy. And other example is in the case of arrow and bow. So when you are using arrow and bow, you know the string is very much stretched. When you are pulling, the stretched bow is having so much potential energy. That's why when you leave it, what happens? That potential energy gets converted into the kinetic energy of the arrow. So this arrow and bow is a good example. Actually, the stretched bow or any stretched thing, if you take a rubber band and stretch also, it will have a potential energy. So that is another example. And this compressed spring is another example, or if you expand, that expanded spring is also another example. Like that we can go for so many examples for potential energy. Now we will discuss little bit more about the gravitational potential energy. So already I told you gravitational potential energy is due to the position. Now you think like that, one object is here, that object's mass is m. You are lifting that object to another height here. So this height is h. We are lifting the mass from this height to this height. Consider such a situation where we are lifting it. Now already I told you, in order to lift from here to here, we have to do some work. That work will be stored as its potential energy. So what is work here? Work, that is force into displacement, F into S. Okay. Now here what is force? Force is, we are applying same force which is opposite to the gravitational force. So it should be same as gravitational force, then only we can lift it up. So the force will be mg, where g is the acceleration due to gravity, 9.8 you already studied. So this is the force. And what is this S? S is the displacement. Displacement is from here to here, that will be h. If you substitute these two values, what you will get? Work that is equal to mgh. So the work done to lift this object from here to here is mgh. This work done will be stored as its potential energy. For potential energy, sometimes we can write EP or PE. Anything you can write. Okay. So if now I am writing EP. So the potential energy EP is equal to mgh. So this is the equation for potential energy. So for kinetic energy already we discussed one equation. What was it? Kinetic energy was Ek, I can write. Okay, Ek is equal to half mv square. So these two equations are very important. So kinetic energy is half mv square and potential energy is mgh. Okay, so that's about the potential energy. So you can calculate like this. So many types of questions can come. Just we done the work done calculation the same way. A boy of weight 40 kg is climbing this much height. So what is the potential energy? All those things we can discuss based on this one. Okay. So potential energy and kinetic energy calculations you can do. Now one more very important point here is, now the potential energy is the work done to bring from here to here. Now you think another situation where we are bringing in a different path. Instead of lifting directly from here to here, if somebody is taking the object is here to this position, first he is lifting little bit up, then moving this way, coming here and lifting like this. So what will happen in this case? That is also an important question only. What will happen if you change in different path? Otherwise another fellow is lifting it up here, then again bringing back. So whether the work done will be same, such a question will come. Now one thing you have to remember, potential energy depends on the final position only. So the work done also, here work done against the gravitational force always depends on the initial and final position only. So if you take in any path, the work done will be same. See here, for example, if you lift it more, you are telling you are doing already more work. But when you bring it back, you are doing negative work, so that the total work becomes same. So work done and this potential energy depends on the position only. That is very important. Whatever path if you take also, the potential energy remains same. It depends on from where you lifted and where it reached. The initial and final position only is important. In the case of potential energy, that also you have to remember. Okay, the potential energy depends on initial and the final position only. It is not depending on which path you are bringing it. So that's about potential energy. Now you can get so many examples based on this one and so many problems based on this one and all. And one main thing which you have to remember is this potential energy and kinetic energy both are together, both these together it's called as mechanical energy. Now if you take this mechanical energy, there is something called as law of conservation of mechanical energy, or simply you can take law of conservation of energy. You junior class you studied what is law of conservation of energy. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. We cannot create or destroy energy. We can change it from one form to other. That is, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can be converted from one form to, or it can be transformed from one form to another form. So now you see here, mechanical energy means it is a sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. So this mechanical energy also is conserved. The meaning of that one is, this kinetic energy and potential energy, if you add together, that will remain as a constant. In some case, what happens when the kinetic energy increases, the potential energy will decrease. When the potential energy decreases, the kinetic energy will increase. Or the meaning of that one is EP, that is potential energy plus Ek, kinetic energy, remains a constant. Or mgh plus half mv square is equal to a constant. So this is the situation. This can be called as conservation of mechanical energy. So there are so many applications for this one also. So simple example also you can take. You think about a simple pendulum. Simple pendulum means a thread like this and a metal bow which is oscillating like this. Now when this is oscillating like this, you see here at the lower position, It will be moving very fast. When it is going to the end, the speed will be less. It is going to the end here. It will stop there for a second, for a fraction of second, and it will come back when it oscillates like this. So you can see here, when it is reaching to this position, here it is having a potential energy mgh. Potential energy is here. But there is no kinetic energy because it is going and just for a fraction of second it stops there. So that time no kinetic energy because it's not moving. Then it moves this side. So here the total energy will be potential energy. When it is coming back, what happens? Slowly this potential energy converts into kinetic energy. So here it will have kinetic energy half mv square. Now again coming here, this side again entire kinetic energy converts into potential energy. Then going back again, so it will change both sides. Kinetic energy will change to potential energy will change to kinetic energy. It will be oscillating both sides. So kinetic energy can be converted into potential energy and potential energy can be converted into kinetic energy, but the total remains same. Now one more simple example if I take, you think here one object, this is your floor, here one object is there at this height let it be height capital X. Now this object is falling down here. So if you think on the top of this position, what about its energy? It will have potential energy. How much will be the potential energy? The EP potential energy is equal to mgh capital H. What about kinetic energy? It is before falling down its speed is 0. So half mv square, the velocity is 0. So it will have Ek kinetic energy which is 0 here at that position. Now you see here, when it comes here just before touching, what happens? It will have high speed. Ek kinetic energy will be half mv square. I will write Vf because final velocity just here. And here what will be the total energy is mgh and the kinetic energy is 0. Here entire kinetic energy gets converted into potential energy. So what is the situation? The total kinetic energy and potential energy sum should be same. So total on the top, what is that? Here on the top we have mgh plus this is 0 is equal to bottom, what is that? Half mv square plus 0. So here kinetic energy is 0, here potential energy is 0. So I can write it as mgh is equal to half mv square. This m and m can be cancelled. Now this h can be taken here. So 2gh is equal to v square. What is v then? V is equal to root of 2gh. Root of 2gh. What is the meaning of that one? When an object is dropped from a height, the velocity v is given by root of 2gh. It is independent of the mass. Previously I put one video in our YouTube video. Now it is not there. So you see here, in that one object, heavy object and one feather falling together, it is reaching to the ground same time. That experiment was there. So there you might have seen that one v is equal to root of 2gh. What is the meaning of that one? When an object is dropped from a height, how much velocity will be there just before touching the ground? So that depends on the acceleration due to gravity and h only. Whatever be the mass, it will be having same speed and it will take same time to reach the ground also. That we can get here. Now, in between a place you see, if it is here at a height h, then what will be the potential energy? P or EP will be mgh. Then what about kinetic energy? Ek. You can calculate this one, total potential energy minus this potential energy, that will give the kinetic energy. So if a stone is dropped from a height of 20 meter, when it reaches to 10 meter, what is the kinetic energy and what is the potential energy you can calculate. First on the top you calculate what is the potential energy. So that will be the total energy. When it comes to the half length, there you calculate potential energy. Then you take the difference. That will be the kinetic energy at that point. And bottom again same, what is the potential energy here, that will get converted into kinetic energy. So if it is asked only to find out the kinetic energy and potential energy, no need of calculating this velocity and all. You remember that total only potential energy is there on the top and here only kinetic energy is there. So it gets converted completely here. In between any position if is mentioned means that position what is the potential energy you find out, then total top potential energy and this potential energy, that difference will be the kinetic energy. So this is how you have to do problems related to kinetic energy and potential energy. Now if you take your textbook or any other books and if you do some problems, your all doubt related to kinetic energy and potential energy will be solved. Okay, if you have any doubt you can ask also. So we will finish this topic here. Just the theory part. This practically you can go for some more problems on this one, so that you will be expert in this kinetic energy and potential energy topic. Thank you.